Hi, this is Aaron Curtis. I have alarming news for you. Zombies are for real. I have a question for you though. Quick quiz. Is this a true zombie? If this pops in your head in the middle of the night and freaks you out, I have good news. This is not what a true zombie looks like. The truth is, like I already said, this is not what a real zombie will look like. However, these are or could be. As you can see, humans, ants. They both could be zombies. We'll come back to these pictures in a moment. Now, there have been multiple virologists, very smart people that know what they're talking about, that have come out and said that the way Hollywood portrays zombies is more than likely not a reality. However, both Jonathan D. Dinman, PhD from the Department of Cell Biology and Molecular Genetics at the University of Maryland, and Dr. Samita Andransky, a virologist at the University of Miami's Miller School of Medicine, believe that the rabies virus does cause and can cause very similar symptoms to what Hollywood shows us as a zombie. For example, some of them are that the uh, rabies causes an extreme rage in people. It is spread through saliva, so through bite wounds. They have decreased pain. They have these symptoms would the rabies will cause discoloration of the skin, kind of causing this um, white or almost decaying look to their skin, can cause minor wounds to the face due to some of the other symptoms. Um, Now, one of the things that both of these doctors have said is that the with minor changes to the current what we know about the rabies virus, it can actually um, infect many more people. For example, Dr. Andronsky, if I'm pronouncing that correct, believes that if rabies were to develop flu-like attributes, it could spread to a very large portion of the human population and spread from continent to continent. Basically, what taking on flu-like symptoms would be, or the this virus would be, it would allow it to be spread through the air. So me, if I have it, I cough on you, you get it. I wouldn't have to bite you, break the skin, have the virus get inside you that way. So in this instance, very important to keep in mind. Now, zombie ants, something else to keep in mind. There is a species of carpenter ants in Brazil that unfortunately get infected by a fungus that gets into their body and starts growing and controls their behavior through chemical manipulation. This chemical manipulation causes them to grow very aggressive, to move and act in opposition of the colony, to attack the other ants, and in the end, it will cause the ant to grow up a plant, to crawl up a plant, lock its jaws onto the stem, the leaf, whatever part, and will starve or kill itself at that point. It gets to this point, as you can see in the picture of the ant, on its head it appears to have horns growing out with little growths on those horns. This is the fungi. It's growing out of the ant's body. And at this point, when it gets to around the size, it will kill the ant so that it can then spread to other ants. Um, it's very interesting little study. Now, my question for you, or statement, zombies can't be real. Talking about in humans, we're not going to come back to life after we're dead. We're not just going to reanimate like that. It doesn't work that way. The zombie like symptoms from the flu rabies virus, or the zombie virus as I'm liking to call it, in their current state, will kill the host within a week after symptoms start without treatment. Unfortunately, the rabies virus is currently 100% fatal after the symptoms start seeing, or after you start seeing the symptoms. Severe people with the zombie virus, if they receive severe injuries to other parts of their body, can and will still die. For example, you see it in various movies where they get impaled on something. A zombie gets impaled on a pole, whatever it might be, and they keep moving around. However, in real life, if I have rabies and I become impaled on a fence post through my heart, I'm still going to die. Uh, the people with rabies still feel pain. It's diminished, but it's still there. Now, one interesting difference in between Hollywood zombies and what real life zombies are is that there's an incubation period of 10 days to a year for rabies. It's interesting, doesn't mean it can't happen, just that there's a slight difference in what Hollywood tells us and what's true. Now, zombies, real, they're here. This combo virus, or the zombie virus as I've been calling it, spreads through bites. It causes rage. See the 28 Days movies. Highly aggressive behavior. Zombie virus will also cause discoloration, potential wounds on the head and rest of the body, creating something a little bit more similar to that first picture I showed you, which was a picture of a zombie from the Walking Dead show. Due to joint pain caused by because of symptoms of the rabies and flu, such as dehydration and a couple other, it will cause extreme joint pain, and this would cause a potential lunging, slow walk like we imagine in a zombie. Uh, Something interesting, and why I chose to include the ant zombie study in this is that some biologists studying this ant colony or this carpenter ant found or came up with a theory that all species have a specific type of fungi which can cause similar symptoms as in these Brazilian carpenter ants. This would be another potential avenue to rabies that hasn't ever portrayed itself yet, but it's something to keep in mind. For now, our main concern should be with the rabies virus, in that if it were to change its genetic makeup, if it were to take on some characteristics of the flu virus, it would spread much more easily. It could allow the sickness to survive longer without killing the host, things like that. So it's something that is real. Be careful. Have a great day. And always remember, stay safe.